Greetings, lovelies. Okay, I'm back, and today we're doing the January 2020 reading for Sagittarius. So, welcome, my beautiful Sagittarians. Let's see what's coming up for you for this month. Also, if you would like a private reading or personal reading, the details will be in the description box below, or you can catch me on Facebook and send me a private message, because I do my readings over Messenger on Facebook, or I will upload them to a private link on YouTube for you. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's get on with it. Also, I've just made a batch of fast money oil, and if you rub that on your coins in your wallet and put it on your notes in your wallet, that will draw more money towards you for you. When you put it on, smear it towards yourself so that the money comes in. And if you want some of that, again, get onto me on Facebook, and I will sort you out with that. A bottle that size, which is a 15ml bottle, that's $22. Or you can grab a smaller bottle of this size for, I think it's $8.50, plus postage as well. So yeah, you'll have to get onto me on Facebook for that. All the details will be in the description box below for that. But I also make interview oil, protection oil, what's up? Purification oil, snake oil, and I also have come see me oil as well. So if you're interested in any of the magical oils, get onto me on Facebook, and we'll get that sorted out. Or you can send me an email, and I will send you details on how to go about claiming your bottle of magical oil. I make those myself, so yeah. Or also, if you're interested, I also make perfume oils as well, and they're all really delightful, like floral and musky scents. Some are a little woody. Yeah, very nice they are. Oh, pardon me. Oh gosh, must be the insects. Thank you. All right, let's go. Those perfume oils will last for up to 24 hours, some possibly even longer. Look, I've worn it, and I've even gone swimming and woken up the next morning and I can still smell it. So yeah, they last long because they absorb into the skin, and when you sweat, it releases the scent. And those are handmade by me also, so yeah. And then there's the dragon sphere necklaces, which have been blessed and protected by me with a protective anti-cursing, anti-hexing oil I make called Typhon's Spite. It's my own concoction, and it works a treat. Okay, what's up for Sagittarius for the month of January? Alright, so on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ten of Vessels. Tens are about the ending of a cycle. They're about completion and renewal, okay? So there's something which you're coming to the end of, and yeah, that's the overall meaning of the reading in general. And the first card off the deck is the Six of Coins. Okay, so coins are about emotions, and it's about using your creativity, and they're also about love and intuition. And being that this is a six, coins is also about relationships, and the six is about cooperation and communication. It's also about harmony. So you're coming into a very creative time, which is going to involve high emotions, and you're going to need to use your intuition to be able to work your way through whatever is coming towards you right now. There's going to be a lot of communication about this, and it's going to be a time of cooperation, both with yourself and with other people. But you're going to come to a conclusion that is going to create harmony for everyone all round. You're drawing to the conclusion, the end of something which has posed some difficulty for you for quite a while now. And it's like you're finally able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And now we have the Five of Coins. So it's like you've been through a sort of a tower moment where everything just it's like the rug got pulled out from underneath of you. Because fives are about change, and with change comes conflict and a certain amount of instability as well. But this change has to occur in order for new growth to come through. So this is a necessary part of the cycle, and you can't avoid it. This is something that needs to happen, and you have to allow it, because if you don't, you're only going to end up repeating that cycle again, and you will have to deal with the same situation again, but with different people, okay? So it's better to just get it over and done with and allow the growth to happen. Still quite warm now. So yeah, look, it's just something that you need to just let happen, and you've got to go through it. Growth doesn't happen without some kind of discomfort, okay? It's not... Growth is never easy, and it's not something that is natural to us, and that's why it causes the instability, and it sort of has... It always comes after a tower moment, because the tower moment comes to us like a bolt out of the blue, guys, and it's to show us that usually it comes when we're on the wrong path, or we're chasing someone else's dreams instead of our own, and it comes to teach us to be more aware about our own inner being. And it also means that it's a time to go deeper within yourself and find a deeper meaning to life, and to find your inner bliss. Okay, the next card we've got is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit tells you that it's time for quiet contemplation, and as I said, with the five earlier, change always comes after a tower moment, instability and conflict. And the Hermit always goes with that, because it's time for contemplation. You're in search of truth, and you need guidance from the divine light. if you're going to be able to do the soul searching that is necessary at this time. You need to use the knowledge that you've gathered in life previously up till now, because you're going to need it to be able to move forward in the journey. You're beginning the spiritual journey where you're learning about yourself and your deeper inner yearnings, I guess you could say. And the next card we've got is the King of Swords. So with swords, swords is a rather difficult part of the deck, because it's difficult to navigate, because the swords can be double-edged quite often, okay? Now, being that this is a king, it means that you're trying to execute something in the physical world that is going to take a level head, and you're going to have to use your intellect to be able to approach this situation with clarity of mind. And there's a certain amount of strategy that goes into making sure that what you are imagining will come to fruition in the physical world. Kings are also good builders, so you've been working fairly hard on this. This is what this card tells me. It also tells me that there's been a lot of communication around the subject as well. So it's time to use those abilities and communicate on an honest level, and communicate what your soul really desires to the people around you at this time. Because quite often when the Hermit comes up, as it did here, people around you are having a little bit of difficulty in understanding you and understanding the changes which are taking place on the deeper level within you. And so you need to be able to help them out by communicating to them what it is that you truly want. So the next card we've got for you is the Lady of Vessels. Now, vessels would be cups in the traditional tarot, okay? So this is about emotions and creativity. It's about love, intuition, and relationships as well. And I feel like this is something you've been working on for quite some time, and it hasn't quite been going to your favour. And there has been a situation which has occurred, which has caused a lot of upheaval, both within you and within this relationship as well. And so it's time for you to step back a little bit and go a little bit inward to find out what it is that you really and truly want. And you need to communicate this to the people that it is necessary for you to communicate with, so that they understand what's going on within you and it doesn't cause any more turbulence or imbalance within a relationship. Okay, the next card we've got is the Seven of Swords. So we've got swords again. So there's a lot of truth telling and a lot of crap that has to be cut through to get to the base and the heart of this situation. You're going to need to be strong, because if you go in too quickly, which, you know, ladies would bear patent, they are inexperienced and very curious, but they're eager to explore and really eager to experience life in all its facets. And it's the Hermit, and he's telling you that you need to slow that down and to go within a bit more and really search within yourself what it is that you really actually want on the soul level. And with the Seven, it's telling you that it's time to sit back and look at the situation, look at where you've come from, where you've been, and assess the situation with the knowledge that you've learned along the way, which I think I actually mentioned earlier in one of those cards earlier in the reading. So that was what I got intuitively from that card. So yeah, that's just confirmation that what I said was correct, that you really need to spend time in reflection and in a mode of assessment and figure out what is the best way for you to move forward armed with the knowledge that you have now, okay? Don't be too eager to move forward. You really need to take that contemplation time. Now you've got the Nine of Wands. Now, sometimes with wands you need to be careful because wands is a very passionate energy and it's high energy and lots of enthusiasm. But there's an inspiration that goes along with that. So be careful that you don't allow your passions to drive you. You need to be in the driver's seat because otherwise those passions will lead you to a fall. And I really feel like you want this situation to come to a successful conclusion. So you need to slow it down and back off the pedal a bit and just take your time and really look at what's going on around you and look at what is the best path and best way to move forward. You need to be standing on top of that cliff and looking behind you at where you've been and map out a path towards the future, okay? And the next card we've got is the Ace of Wands. So look, there's a lot of high energy and passion and enthusiasm around this month. So really be careful, okay? Because it is very, very easy for high passion to turn sour. So really, I stress again that you need to take that time in contemplation to sit back and stand at the top of that hill. Look behind you and look at where you've been. Take the knowledge that you've learnt along the way and use that to be able to map a path forward for the future, because this is your best way of drawing this relationship to the successful conclusion that you want it to come to. And this could be a personal relationship, it could be with a family member, a friend, or it could even be a business relationship. So just bear that in mind, that it is a collective reading, so, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, alright, guys? And I'm feeling like you really need to spend time with yourself. But aces are about new beginnings and new opportunities. It's also about recognizing the untapped potential within you so that you can unlock that and use it to its most powerful potential. There's an untapped energy within all of us. We just have to learn what is the best way to unlock it and to get it to move in our favor for us. Okay? And card number 9. And card number 9 is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess tells us that there is a new door which is opening for you, and you need to look at what is hidden and read between the lines. Don't take everything for granted, and do not take it at face value, because also when it comes to the High Priestess, it tells us to look for the things that are hidden. So, don't always think that because it's the High Priestess that it means that everything is hunky-dory, because in the background we've got a full moon, but she's sailing on a crescent moon, and we need to remember that the moon has a dark side, okay, as well as a beautiful bright shining light. It also has a very, very dark side, and it keeps a lot of things hidden. So there may be things that you haven't been told, or things that you haven't been shown, or things that haven't been explained to you. So don't take everything that everybody says to you at face value. Use your intuition to guide you and allow it to be able to map the path forward. Because sometimes the Empress comes up when people aren't necessarily being particularly honest with us. We need to pay attention to our dreams and use the spiritual knowledge that we have. Because sometimes when the High Priestess comes up, it could also unfortunately mean that people are not being so honest with us as well. Alright? So bear that in mind. And like I said, at the bottom of the deck, we had the 10 of Cups. Or vessels. So something's cooking. Because in alchemy or science, this is basically like a still. And the stuff boils in here, creates steam which moves through here, and it comes up through these little coils and up into the next section, and then moves into the next and into the next. And then the steam of that filters out through these here, and we drain what we need out of these top 2 bubbles, okay? Just remember that. It's a cooking process, okay? You need to simmer. Slow down, simmer a bit. Don't be so eager to cook this stew quickly, because cooking it quickly, you could also burn it. Slow but steady wins the race, my darlings, and you need to take it slowly but surely. Well, Sagittarius, my lovelies, that's your reading for today. Blessed be, my darlings, and I will see you all again next month.